Good evening, welcome to a match of Dota 2. It's gonna be a match for GosuLeague Division 1, Game 1, Season 4, Mouz Sports versus GamersLeague. A lot of stand-ins on both teams. Doesn't matter though, we are gonna have a good match regardless. And I'm not casting this match by myself, I'm being joined by Zyori. Welcome.
Thank you for having me once again. It's been a pleasure so far, and I'm looking forward to some more good games today here in the GosuLeague.
Should be indeed. And as people can see, I mean, this is an all pick phase. So we are waiting until everybody has picked up their heroes so we can jump ourselves in the game in 18 seconds, 15 seconds now. And we can discuss the draft a bit there. But what we can already say is Mouz is going for a strategy that we have seen plenty of times before. Have a carry for mid-game, semi-carry, and a late-game carry. Anti-Mage and TA are the two that I'm talking about. And push power coming off from GamersLeague to end it before Anti-Mage gets big enough to do anything about it.
Roots and run.
Yep, exactly right. And a pretty scary roster on both sides, but it's going to be all about those timing windows. Our Radiant team is going to peak a little bit earlier. That pushing power is going to be insane in the mid-game, while Anti-Mage is probably still going to be reaping the benefits of a Battle Fury. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be all about Mouz Sports' ability to defend.
Yeah, definitely. And of course they have got the Shadow Shaman and the Windrunner to do that. Curious to see if it's going to be enough, because there is a lot of pushing power coming off from GamersLeague. And to just go over GamersLeague, I am saying GamersLeague, but it is actually, I think, 3 or 4 stand-ins. We are going to see Rubik being played by Zyori. She is going to probably be a support. She picked up Sentry Ward, so it's going to be a support Rubik. We're going to see Undying, played by Miguel. And MC Hammer will be playing Lashrek. All 3 are stand-ins. Looks to be a tri lane going towards the top lane. Middle lane is going to be played by GamersLeague Field, so this is the person that is actually from GamersLeague, and he's going to be soloing it up in the mid lane. And Demise also a stand-in, so 4 stand-ins playing for GamersLeague. Demise, he will be solo bottom by the looks fit, so no jungle hero for them. Interesting to note.
Yeah, when we talked about this Radiant draft, and part of its power is its ability to be deceptive and unpredictable in the laning phase. All of these heroes are so versatile. Most of them can handle a solo lane on their own or fit into a tri-lane of sorts. And even Furion here could be in the jungle if they really wanted to put him. So difficult to guess, and indeed they are going to go a long lane tri-lane, and hopefully this Undying will be able to pick up a fair bit of farm. Let's go ahead and look at the Dire side. We're going to have Alex here on the Shadow Shaman up in the top lane. He's going to be partnered with Bamboo on the Windrunner. It looks like in the jungle we're going to have Enchantress being played by, do you know who that is on Dota 2?
I believe that is Kuroki.
Oh, okay. There's going to be Kuroki on the Enchantress, and then Leaf going to be playing our Templar Assassin in the mid. Oh, and down in the bottom lane we're going to have our Anti-Mage played by Black.
Yeah, and I mean, it's an Anti-Mage, you know, long lane. You don't see that often, definitely not solo by the looks of it. But he is going to be against a solo Nature's Prophet, so I think that Anti-Mage will have an okay time with just farming here just fine. And he actually made sure that, oh, actually failed there. He tried to make sure that the tower was going to hit on the creep so that the lane would be pushed out. Not doing so though. In the meantime, top lane, telekinesis Bamboo. Is he going to be able to get away? Win from this there, but no. Undying gets the first blood. And that's the danger of having this trail in here. I mean, there's a telekinesis. Lashrek's time will guarantee hit, even though this time it was the other way around. And Undying sold it.
Yeah, a pretty easy kill. Who better to pick up that bonus gold than the Undying? As we mentioned before in the picking phase, he can be pretty scary. We saw him yesterday. He brings so much pushing power to the table, and if he gets a little bit of farm, he can be so tanky and hard to deal with. But look at this top lane. Look at all of this pushing power already. This tier 1 down to about half health. The glyph has been used. Are they going to be able to take out this first tower within maybe 1-2 waves of creeps? This is pretty absurd here in the top lane.
Yeah, and there's actually the tombstone already. Bamboo now has to run away again. Lashrek's time will not hit this time though, and Bamboo is going to be home safe. Can't say the same for the tower, however. I mean, this is looking dangerous because, I mean, they had, of course, okay, they had an illusion rune, so they had that luck. But, you know, that's an entire creep wave already cleared, and the next creep wave for the Radiant team, that's just going to hit in the tower, and Edict is there now as well. But there's not that much that they can do against this.
Yeah, and this is one of the things we were worried about, the lack of anti-push here on the Dire side, and although it's very early on, and, well, we did see an exchange in the mid lane, TA and Batrider going toe-to-toe. It looks like Batrider dove the tower. But unfortunately wasn't able to get away. But yeah, we were worried about their lack of anti-push. And at these early levels, the Electric Jolt, certainly the wards on Shadow Shaman, as well as the Power Shot, They aren't even on the field yet, so that anti-push is really non-existent, absolutely nothing they can do, but it looks like Enchantress is looking to be a little bit aggressive here, and she's going to come around the back with a Centaur.
Yeah, and she's going to get a stun up on the Rubik. If Rubik here dies, that would be... he just dies, that's surprising, and means that Enchantress eating their shackle upon the Undying, Tombstone already up there, and they now have to back off. Kuroki in a lot of trouble, one more hit and he goes down, and Undying picks up the last hit with his zombies. Bamboo on the way now, use this wind run, gonna try to stay alive, pops a salve, is it gonna be enough? Eats a tango as well, should be fine. Alex is here as well still, and power shot to finish off from the Shrek. And this was a 2-for-1 trade, right?
Yep.
And I'm quite surprised at that, because there is a Radiant Ward in the jungle, and they saw the Enchantress as well as the Centaur. I mean, Zyori stood there waiting for the Centaurs to stun her, and it was very awkward to see that, knowing that she did have vision there.
Exactly. That was the point that I was going to bring up. I checked for wards first thing, and she had vision. Really no reason that should have happened. They should have definitely taken a bit more of a defensive posture there, but rather unfortunate. That's going to tie it up 3-3. This top lane full of action. The tower's still well out of deny range. It'll be interesting if they can make kind of a big push here and try and finish it off to take that fast tower and get almost unlimited lane control, so to speak.
Yep. At the same time, let's quickly check the middle lane, because of course there was an exchange of kills. Fields did manage to get the kill first, so got the experience for that one. But he's 11-for-0 on last hits, with the TA being 10-for-0, so still very even there. I'm going to drop back to the top lane, because Tombstone being up there, Bamboo still has a wind run if he wants to use it. He's going to be fine, but the tower drops. That's the first tower down in 3.5 minutes.
Wow, so they're off to an aggressive start, as we were both worried about. Will this Anti-Mage and TA even have a chance to take off in this game? Of course they have the carry advantage, but does it really matter? Is this going to be too quick a concede for them to handle it? Anti-Mage is having a good time in the bottom lane, though, against this Fury, and we're going to hold that thought, because up in the top lane, more action continuing. Windrunner going to fall, and Dying going to be able to finish her off. And let's see how the rest of this fight engages. Zyori in a little bit of trouble. There's the split earth from Lesh. It's going to connect with Enchantress. Alex going to follow up. That'll be the end of Rubik. And Dying going to go back in, though. Shadow Shaman very well may pay with his own life. He's going to throw the Hex. But Undying in hot pursuit. Is there a boot advantage? Nope, both on gray boots. That means Undying's not going to be able to catch up. Double damage TA going to come in, though. That's going to be a port out. Undying going to be left all alone. And they very well might be able to finish him off here. Double damage TA, awfully scary at this stage in the game. A few more auto attacks all to do it. The Tombstone going to come out. Obviously not going to be enough here. One more ought to do it. He's going to micro around. TA going to cut him off. And, is he going to be able to get away?
He's going to be able to get away.
Wow. Beautifully done by the Undying. I did not think that was going to be the case.
Nope, me neither. Tombstone doing the works.
Yeah. Wow. Underestimating the Tombstone, I suppose.
Yeah.
Wow.
And equaling up on 4 kills, so... well, the only thing that it did make a difference of, if we look at the last hits, I mean, TA left her lane, that's noticeable, because now 22 last hits on this Batrider who's having free farm.
Yep, and that's huge. We talked yesterday about Batrider a little bit and how scary he can be if he picks up that early blink, and I have a feeling this may be a game where he'll be able to get it, hopefully by that 10-minute mark, maybe a little bit later, depending on how tanky he wants to be before going for that initiation power. We can see him being very aggressive against this TA here. There's the lasso. Is he going to have enough for a kill here? TA taking a lot of damage. She's going to be on the run, but that's not going to be enough. Batrider showing us what that hero is made of. Easy kill in the mid lane.
Yeah, that was just... I mean, Refraction, of course, goes off very fast there with the fires, but that was, yeah, quite insane. I was not expecting that to be such a... Well, it looked like an easy kill. Let's put it that way. In the meantime, my Shadow Shaman has rotated to the bottom lane, and there was an H Prophet there who was not prepared for that, and died by the hand of the Shadow Shaman as well, with the assist going to black, and the tower being pressured there now as well by the Shadow Shaman wards.
Wow. Furion does have a port, though. He'll probably be able to port down in time, at the very least, to get it denied. Anti-Mage going to go right on the port, and he's going to try and go toe-to-toe. Going to take a lot of tower shots, though, and Black is going to be forced back. The wards are going to be enough to destroy the tower. Furion going to try for a deny, but unfortunately not going to connect. All the while in the top lane, more pressure befalling the Tier 2. The glyph is going to be used, and I think that's going to repel the push for now. Enchantress going to use that Wildkin Tornado to push him back just a little bit. But and Undying manning up a little bit onto this Windrunner, going to drop the Tombstone, and he is going to back up. But it will intercept the creep wave and make for some more easy pushing. TA going to be on her way, though. There's the trap. It's going to connect with Undying. He's going to be in big trouble here. The heal's going to come out. Enchantress is here now as well. She's only level 5, so no impetus. And I don't know if they're going to be able to finish him off here. Another trap going to connect. There's the power shot. They very well may be able to do it. Split Earth going to come. That's going to slow him down a bit more. Rubik now coming. And that's going to be a shackle. It's going to latch. Beautifully done. They are doing so much damage here. The power shot not going to connect with Undying. He's still on the run. He's up against the ropes. So it looks like TA finally going to be able to finish him off with a couple of right-click auto attacks. Now Zyori in a little bit of trouble. And if she's going to fall as well, MC Hammer will be able to make it out, I think. But, oh, maybe not going to get caught by a trap. Are they going to be able to dive this? Indeed, they will. Alex going to pick up that kill with the electric jolt. And we're going to see Undying port back in here. Or the Ether Shock, pardon me. That's the name of his little chain lightning. But regardless, Undying going to come back in here. Is he going to have enough? Trying to send those zombies forward to finish off Windrunner. They're going to get picked off by Alex. Furion going to port in as well. Furion actually going to port to his death. TA going to be able to pick up that kill. Now Undying up against the ropes again. He's going to head for the hills, get caught by a trap. Rubik's now back in the fight. This is one of the longest engages I've seen in a while. Leaf going to fall thanks to that Furion ulti. Enchantress in big trouble as well. Lesh is ported back up also. Going to connect with the Split Earth. Beautifully done, and that's going to be a kill. So after all of that wild exchange, it's going to end 8-9 and be, well, relatively even in the end.
Still even. I mean, okay, it was overextension from the Radiant side at first that made Mouz able to chase them down, and then Mouz overextended, and then GamersLeague came back and were able to chase Mouz down. It is, yeah, it was quite a long fight, as you said. It's like over and back and forth, over and forth. In the end, though, one thing important to note that it was 5 heroes on the top lane for GamersLeague with only 4 for Mousesports, because Anti-Mage was still farming. And you said Nature's Prophet TP didn't let Anti-Mage alone. Bottom tower did drop, and Black, he is just happy farming. And if it's one thing you don't want, it is a free farming Black, especially not on this Anti-Mage.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also important to note that 2 buybacks were used during that as well. Both Undying and Furion have buyback timers now, so that's how they were able to get back in that fight and turn it around. So I guess all those things considered, we could label that a cost-effective exchange for the Dire, though unfortunately they are going to lose that Tier 2 tower in the top lane. All 5 members of the Radiant are going to smoke up. They're going to move around, just bypass the Enchantress in the jungle. Looks like they have their sights set on mid, and this poor Templar Assassin going to find herself in a bit of a sticky wicket here in a few moments. She's going to get completely sandwiched by both sides. Lesh going to be in the front lines. There's the Split Earth. The Edict's already on. That's going to be an easy kill. Lesh going to be the one to pick up the last hit.
Yeah, and because of all the action now as well, I mean, I know that you know, the wards wouldn't be able to save the TA there, but there are actually no wards on the map right now, except for a sentry ward in the top lane from the Radiant team that was placed earlier to scout out the TA when she was melted, but other than that, there's just no wards. Nobody
there's one up on the plateau here by that top tower.
But only just placed, though.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's not a very helpful ward at this juncture, as I've already lost that Tier 2 in the top lane, and they're about to lose this Tier 2 in the mid lane. A nice shackle from Windrunner, but it's just going to delay the inevitable by maybe a couple of seconds. Now, we can't forget, although, that this tower is going to fall in the bottom lane. This Tier 2 taking a lot of pressure. The wards come down from Shadow Shaman. Black continuing to pick up absolute free farm, and they are going to get this tower down to at least half health or so before they back up. Furion going to port down to repel that push, but the pushing power is being displayed in living color here for the Radiant team, up by about 3k gold now here 10 minutes in, despite it being tied up 9-9.
Yeah, and of course Anti-Mage, I mean, it's obvious what he's trying to do, split push, able to at least farm up fast enough maybe to do something, although if you look at the net worth, he is highest on the Dire team, but it is a Radiant team that has the top 3 covered, with the Batrider actually being being highest up on there, and he actually picked up his Blink Dagger right now, and of course, he had nice mid lane. Yes, he died once, but, you know, nice mid lane regardless. And, of course, he got free farm when Leaf was roaming around a bit earlier on, and that really gave him that head start, I believe. And he's doing okay right now. He somehow leaves his Blink in the stash, though, with the Donkey going, sorry, it's not a Donkey, it's a Stumpy, going towards the bottom lane first for giving mana boots to probably Leshrac or something like that. And then there would be 2 mana boots on this trial lane right here, depending on who he's gonna go to. Maybe he's gonna go to the Rubik instead. Could go either way. No, it's Leshrac.
Yep. Oh, very true. In the mid lane, though, we're going to see Batrider in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get dove, and that's going to be an easy kill. A 3v1, unfortunately, getting caught with his pants down a little bit. Perhaps if he had the blink, he may have been able to survive, but That'll be the end of him. Of all the times to get ganked, though, fairly timely for his sake. Didn't lose too much gold. He's already got that huge item pickup and still has a double damage in the bottle. All the while in the top lane, Anti-Mage diving a little bit deep here. Furion going to throw out the Sprout, but of course Anti-Mage just going to be able to blink over those trees. Rubik ports in, but not going to be able to make anything happen. In the mid lane, they may lose this Tier 1 tower and hopefully exchange for a Tier 2 in the bottom lane. Looks like that's their plan at least. Or pick up a Tier 1 in the bottom, pardon me. So it's looking like it will be a Tier 1 for Tier 1 exchange, and we'll see how long these teams pressure for kind of a Tier 2 tower race, it looks like it may be.
Yeah, it could be. There is, of course, a Windrunner trying to defend bottom lane. There's already a Tombstone placed also, so maybe helping out because it's placed pretty far forward depending on how far that creep wave is gonna actually run before they meet up. And on the Radiant side, there's nobody defending that mid tower. Although having said that, Leaf is quite low on HP. The same thing goes for the Shadow Shaman. Actually, Shadow Shaman has been in 7 out of the 10 kills and has not died yet a single time.
Yeah, that's very true. He's having a hell of a game, and he's been responsible for at least that Tier 1 being pushed in the bottom, and of course he did help pushing that Tier 1 in the mid lane as well. So he's had a very active game thus far, and this is one of the reasons I like Shadow Shaman so much in my lineups. And as I said earlier, why I'm surprised that he doesn't get picked up more often, at least not super recently, because he has just so much utility as displayed for us in this game. It is going to sort of settle down, though, as just a Tier 1 for Tier 1 exchange. Both teams going to disengage before the Tier 2s take any damage.
Yeah, not wanting to force the issue. Could have turned out into a base race, perhaps even.
Yeah.
In that case, I do think that the Radiant team are definitely ahead of the Mage Prophet, if that would actually be the case.
So, Anti-Mage not going for the super fast Battle Fury. He did go ahead and pick up his treads. He's got the Ring of Health and sitting with about 1,200 in the bank. Oh, he did just pick something up. I'm not sure what it is, but not touching the super fast Battle Fury. It's going to be that Void Stone. So there's the Perseverance for him. And uh-oh, the Courier going to be in a little bit of trouble. Double damage Bat Rider. He's going to finish it off. And was the Void Stone still in the Courier? I believe it was. That's going to slow Anti-Mage down that much more. Now Bat Rider on the aggressive. Going to try and make something happen on the Shadow Shaman, but not going to find the engage he's looking for.
Oh, also what was on the Courier was the point booster for the Shadow Shaman, so he is left without a bit of HP and mana for 3 minutes more. And Tier 2 tower does go down. 5 heroes here on the bottom lane for GamersLeague. Right now, everybody from Mouz is forced back into their base to at least try to defend this. Everybody apart from Anti-Mage, obviously. See what they can do. I mean, the previous time they were able to defend and get some kills, and let's see if they're gonna still be able to do that, because TA is farming quite a lot, but still doesn't have more than just face push. He's got 1,800 gold, probably going for Blink Dagger next. Tombstone is already up. There's the Golem form as well, Flash Golem. In the meantime, the Halassa was already up on the Templar Assassin, and she is down. Anti-Mage now having to back off. Earn Charge on top of there, trying to get away. Will probably not make it. It is Leshrac that picks up the last hit. Bat Rider will still die to the Enchantress, with the Windrunner picking up the Undying, and now Leshrac on the run. Buyback from the Anti-Mage. Lands a stun from Leshrac on the Enchantress, but Leshrac will still drop. And now Sprout, so that the Mice may TP out, but no, you may not. Mana Void, power shot to finish it off, and that is 4 heroes down on the side of GamersLeague. They did manage to take the tower down to 500 HP, and it did manage to force out a buyback on Anti-Mage, which is actually pretty big, and kill off a lot of the heroes, but still 4 heroes down.
Yeah, still, I guess, kind of a 2.5 for 4 if you factor in the buyback from Anti-Mage, but it's a nice cleanup nonetheless, and that is going to allow him to pick up a little bit of redemption farm, at least, from that buyback, at the very least, grab a bit of experience. He was also able to pressure that Tier 1 in the top lane quite a bit. It's down to about 500 hit points as well, so that should make for an easy push afterwards. I don't know, that Shadow Shaman wards, they sort of turned the tide a little bit. It was a fairly even fight, and then once those wards came down, they just started doing a hell of a lot of damage, especially to that Rubik. A nice defense, but the question is, how many more times can they defend like that? That tower did take a huge amount of damage, so it seems inevitable that they'll lose racks eventually. Bamboo in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be able to bottle up that double damage, and I think he's very well going to fall right here. A 4v1 scenario, down he goes. Bat Rider going to grab that kill.
Yeah, that was indeed way over his head. I just have to point out, I mean, all the towers are now down on the side of Mouseboards, apart from the Tier 3s, obviously. And there's only 2 towers down on the side of GamersLeague, but the gold graph, it's only 1.5k gold in favor of the Radiants, which is not really what you would expect with 4 towers in favor. So,
yeah,
so
that
much
speaks
gold
to
going
how
to black, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That speaks to how well these carries are starting to farm. The experience gap is up to almost 10k. It's starting to level off a little bit, but you can tell GamersLeague is feeling the pressure. They want to end this sooner rather than later. They're pressuring hard, and it looks like they're going to be rewarded with a tier 3 tower in the mid lane. And let's see if they continue pressuring. No glyph up, so they might be able to take racks here. Shadow Shaman ult is up, so they have a chance to repel this. There's the tombstone. Flesh Golem going to be used. The lasso as well. Alex going to be in big trouble. He's going to be the first to fall. He's going to buy back instantly. Still has those wards up. Definitely wants to get them down. Melee racks down to below half health.
Yeah, nice shackle here on the Undying. And here comes the anti-mage. He's gonna go for the Rubik there. Flame Break going through as well. And that is 2 down already. Rubik Undying going down. Demise going down. TP out from the Shrek will be in time. But that is them backing off. And again, giving away lives to do so. And I mean, like you said, you said experience graph. It is actually very far in favor of Mouz because the last couple of kills have been going towards them. And anti-mage, the longer it goes on, the bigger he gets, and yeah, GamersLeague definitely, like I said, feeling the heat right now. They have to continue pushing.
Yeah, and it's sort of odd to say here as we're only 17 minutes into this match, not very far along at all, but we are going to see a Roche attempt nonetheless, and it looks like it will be a kill. Bat Riders in the near vicinity, but I don't think they're going to be able to get there in time, or will. He's going to send the illusions in. Roche dangerously low. He may be able to blink in and perhaps steal the Aegis. Nope, not going to be able to do it. TA going to grab it, and Bat Rider going to head for the hills. So now things are going to be a little bit more complicated for GamersLeague. But again, the question on the back of my mind is, how much longer can Mouz hold out? Their structures have taken a lot of damage, a couple more pushes, and I think their racks are destined to fall. So that lack of anti-push still continuing to hurt them a little bit, especially from that Edict of Lesh just doing so much damage.
Yeah, and there's really, you can only have your fortification there or kill off Lesh before he actually reaches your towers, but other than that, it is, like I said, they don't have that many options, and they only have the Shadow Shaman wards, which are still level 1. Alex is close to level 11 though, so almost level 2, and they definitely need that. And the cooldown, it's not that long, but it is enough time to fight for the Radiant team in between those. Wait a second, Enchantress, where are you gonna go? Sprout, their power shot to finish her out. It should actually be fine now. Wow, nice power shot, helping out.
Yeah. Force staff going to be there in the end to secure her survival. So 13 to 17. Again, it looks like GamersLeague is going to group up. They want this Rax in the mid lane, although this time they're going to have to go up against an Aegis on the TA, as well as a Glyph is ready to go. So I don't think this is going to be an easy push by any means. If they can bait that Glyph somehow, that could be absolutely huge. Maybe even doing a little bit of split pushing might not be a bad idea either. They have so much pushing power. There's maybe a chance Furion could send some of these little tree babies down to another lane while Undying Lesh and the rest of the team pressure the mid. But we'll see. They're going to go straight in. Glyph not going to be used yet. Edict doing a lot of damage. The Treants right in the front lines. Ward's going to come down, and no Glyph still. There it is. It's finally going to be used, and I think that's exactly what GamersLeague wanted. They did not have to commit much for that Glyph to be forced.
Nope. In the meantime, tier 1 tower top does go down. Quite delayed still from the last push that he had. But yeah, with this Glyph down, and with the Shadow Shaman wards there down as well, all that GamersLeague has to do is wait until they disappear, and then go in again, and then with one Edict, that barracks will go down. So it's up to Mouse Sports to fight outside of their base, so like they do right now by Bed Rider, and they're gonna go in for more. We see Leshrac being turned into a chicken. Golem form up, and the Tombstone as well. Bamboo gonna take a lot of damage, will still be able to help kill off the Rubik right there. Undying is gonna be the one that's gonna be the main problem here though. Tombstone already down. The Mice gonna try to take down Black, who is blinking away towards his base because he got dangerously low. Nature's Prophet trying to get away from Leafy, put up refraction, melt damage, will get that killed. In the meantime, Undying still living up towards his name, gonna try to stay alive. No, won't be able to do so. Enchantress getting the last hit.
We did have a buyback from Bat Rider here. Unfortunately, though, he's not going to be able to make it back to the fight in time, and that's going to be a little bit of a wasted buyback, I think, for him. He's going to be disappointed he's going to make it to the party, but a little bit late.
Yep. Everybody's already gone, and that was indeed a team wipe, with the only one going down with the Shadow Shaman. Good fight for Mouse Sports, and oh well, blinking in, Lasso gonna go for the Enchantress, one-on-one fight. Enchantress trying to heal herself, should be okay, and now Fields has to back off. Because there's a lot of people right now gonna hunt for him. But it looks like he'll be fine.
Yeah, sort of a noble effort, but unfortunately Enchantress probably not the best target thanks to those wisps. Speaking of Enchantress, though, she's actually been able to pick up her Ogg, so her farm has been a little bit better than I thought. I mean, Kuroki's been relatively quiet this game, but Ogg's already at the 21-minute mark is not so bad. They've got 2 Force Sticks, as well as Anti-Mage now with his Battle Fury. About 21 minutes in, he's got his treads as well, and that poor man's shield. He's in pretty good shape. That farm is starting to take off. He's almost level 16, and we're about to see it heat up again in the mid lane. The ward's going to come down. Nature's Prophet going to be in big trouble. He's going to fall. That's going to be the end of it. Leaf going to fall as well. Of course, he had the Aegis. He's going to pop right back up. Tombstone going to come down. Bamboo taking a lot of damage, and there's the TA. She's back in the fight, ready to make something happen, but they're going to be forced to disengage, and I think that could be the end of this. And with those wards down in the midfield, that could be good news for GamersLeague. Although Undying could be a little bit of trouble here. Shackle going to come, not going to latch. Power Shot going to continue on. The heal from Undying, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Down he goes. Templar Assassin going to be the one to grab that last hit. Another favorable exchange here going to Mouz Sports.
Yeah, and it looks like they're continuing pushing to the tier 2 as well. I mean, Force Staff and Shadow Shaman complete now as well. Definitely made a difference there. And initiation came up from GamersLeague. Oh, nice lane break. But it was the shackle from Bamboo that was actually able to just make a massive difference in that fight. And they dust up here, smoke up here rather, to get away from their opponents faster.
Yep. All the while, though, Anti-Mage still picking up a lot of farm in the top lane. He's going to be able to grab that tier 2 tower all by himself. I think it's safe to say this Anti-Mage is now a scary force in this game. 3.2k gold in the bank. Whatever item route he goes for, whether it's a Manta or something even a little bit more aggressive, he is going to be a scary force to deal with. And I don't know if GamersLeague has the crowd control to deal with this Anti-Mage effectively. So they're really up against the ropes. They're getting to this point where it's kind of an all-in effort to secure some racks because they are not going to be able to take a straight-up fight in the upcoming battles.
No, and even with these towers dropping, and as well as, of course, with the kills that Mouz Sports have been taking. Whatever. It's now gold graph. It is about 9k in favor of Mouz Sports, so definitely pulling ahead here, as well as the experience graph, of course, still majorly in favor of Mouz, which actually results into everybody being higher level than the Radiant team, apart from the Shadow Shaman, who is, of course, a support here. Power Shot will latch on 2. They're going for the Undying first. Undying is already dead, and there goes the Rubik as well. Wow. And that's 2 mega kills on the side of Mouz Sports, and they tried to go for the Mize, who locks himself inside his Sprout. Is not going to be able to get away just yet, though. Pops his Necronomicon, Blink Gun from Fails, trying to do something. Still has a lasso if he wants to go for it. In the meantime, Shrek still goes down. Nature's Prophet going to try to TP out, will be able to do so. And it is the Bat Rider as well as the Nature's Prophet, the only 2 left alive. And I say that, yeah, Fails is going to be left alive. He blinks away from that one and should be fine. But that is 3 down for 0 on the side of GamersLeague.
Yeah, GamersLeague is just starting to crumble under the pressure. That was such a beautiful shackle from Windrunner, starting off that fight with basically a free kill onto Undying and Rubik. That is just not what they needed to do. They are quickly running out of options, and that's just going to delay things even longer and make it more difficult for him. In the end, Anti-Mage now up to almost 5k gold, so he's pulling up. Going to be able to right-click something, although, he's going to be in big trouble. He's going to go down. There's the lasso. That's part of the problem with pulling up all that gold. He's got nothing to show for it at the moment. Of course, he will be able to buy back if necessary, but a nice, easy kill. The power of Bat Rider against those Blink heroes that have all that mobility. So we'll see. This could be their chance to make something happen. The Aegis is no longer in the inventory of Templar Assassin, though she does have a BKB. There is a glyph up, so this push still not going to be super easy, but may, at the very least, be able to force a buyback onto the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, and that's, I think, indeed what they're going to try to get here. Of course, 1 Edict damage up on that barracks could help, but it won't get it down just yet. In the meantime, it's going to be Windrunner that's actually in quite a lot of trouble right now. Forced out to step forward, there's no lasso, but she's going to be chased down here. Actually buying time for Anti-Mage to get back out alive. So that is a very good play there from Bamboo, whether he did that intentionally or not. It does delay GamersLeague slightly, 14 seconds before Anti-Mage is back again. And here they come. Shadow Shaman wards up again, are getting placed here. Flash Golem up again upon the Undying. They're gonna go for these barracks, but there's the fortification. Power Shot going through still, and that is already Shrek going down. Melt damage going on the Bat Rider. Nice shackle once again on Bat Rider, as well as Zyori. Dust being popped, but that doesn't matter. Zyori goes down. We have the Undying being turned into a chicken. And we have the Mize again trying to TP out and should not be able to do it because there was the mana point and the melt damage to finish it up, and that is a team wipe.
Wow. Yeah, that is bad news, Bears. I think we're moments from a GG. There it is. It's going to come out. They recognize there's nothing they can do. A beautiful defense. The Shadow Shaman ward's going to prove to be an effective bit of anti-push, and that's going to be GG. Well played by both sides, but Mouz, they really took it to the limit. That mid lane of Arax almost went down, and they were able to hold on just long enough for that anti-mage to get out of control. So beautifully done. Black, kind of the hero in this game, although that Windrunner had some of the most beautiful shackles I have seen in quite some while.
Yeah, definitely MVP, I have to say. Able to delay GamersLeague together, of course, with the rest of his team long enough for Entimates to get quite big, and that was exactly what GamersLeague realized. You know what? We are not going to be able to do anything here anymore, and we're gonna just call it GG and gonna go for next and see if they can do better this time, because we're gonna have another game coming up between Mouz Sports and GamersLeague. It's gonna be game 2 for GosuLeague Division 1 Season 4. My name is Sheever, I'm casting together with Zyori, and we will be right back with more Dota 2 action.